Hey guys, it's Bales. I'm at Fantasy Labs looking at player models, and I wanted to create a video to show you how I use our new liking feature, which is part of Models 2.0. It's one of a few upgrades that we have that is really designed to allow you to very quickly get the players who you want into your lineups if you're generating a bunch of lineups. And this is something I think we needed to do. It was a bit cumbersome before to manually exclude guys and use filters to get guys who you didn't want in there, and now it is very easy. And we also improved the logic of the multi lineup tool quite a bit, such that before, if you were using other services to help you generate lineups, there's really no need for that anymore. We strive to have the best overall product, but also be the best in every area of everything that we're doing at Fantasy Labs. And I personally guarantee that we will always be the best, and we will always be improving. So everything that you see here will constantly be tweaking, upgrading, coming up with new concepts like we've done in the past. And this is just one of those that I think is really takes Fantasy Labs to the next level in terms of being that Bloomberg terminal type of thing for daily fantasy sports, where with the news, the content, the tools, the data, there really is only one site that you need to go to. There's only one site that I use, and there's really no need anymore to go anywhere else. So I will show you really quickly a few different ways to use this. So when you come here for the beginning of the week, I'm looking at a past week of NFL. Every player will be liked. You can set filters that you can save if you don't want that. So you could say, I never want to use anyone who's outside of the top 30% at their position in terms of their rating in my model. And you can save that, and every time you come, you'll see that, and only those players will be included in your lineups. You can set that to whatever you want. So you can set those filters and already make it really, really easy to get high quality guys in your lineups without ever doing anything, because you can save that. You can also, unlike all players, like them all at once or unlike them, and manually select them. And because there's really not too many players that you generally use in a given week, it doesn't take long to manually select them. So you can say, okay, I want to use these 4 quarterbacks on DraftKings, and I want to use these 6 running backs, and at receiver, I want to use anyone who is in the top 40% in rating, or eliminate anyone outside the top 40% and save that. And then there's a couple guys here that I don't like, and at tight end I want to use only a few guys. I'm just randomly clicking players, by the way. Obviously you'll be putting some research time into it, and I want to use these defenses. Now, when we go to the multi-lineup tool, you can still do everything that you did before. We can set max exposure. I want no player in more than 75% of lineups. Let's generate 50 lineups. No tight end in the flex, and it will contain only the players who are liked or still remaining within the filters. And you get 50 lineups with players very, very quickly who you actually want in your lineups, and there's no worrying that someone else will appear in there. So you can sort this by projected points. One thing that people don't know, I think, is in the calendar of player models, you can go back, and so you can really quickly look at how your model performed in the past by going back, and you can generate lineups retroactively, do it in the same way that you normally would, and you can sort by actual points. So that of these 50 lineups, the highest scoring in I think this was last week, might have been 2 weeks ago, was 197.8 points. And so it's a really good way to back test things. You can also sort by our projected ownership, rating, projected ceiling, projected points. And of course, everything else the same with saving. You can manually pick the lineups that you like. Maybe there's some that you don't want to use for whatever reason. Save those lineups and they'll go to the new lineups tab where you can see exposure, you can search for players, you can sort by all of those statistics. And I think that this upgrade really enhances the lineup building ability on FantasyLabs. You saw how quickly that you could do that. We have a bunch of other really cool features like locking in players, groups of players to save as groups. And so you can do everything that you just did before, set all your players, save a group, and say, okay, I want this Alex Smith, Lamar Miller, LeGarrette Blount combination. I don't know why you would actually want that, but I want that in 50% of my lineups. Generate the lineups, and we will get that combination specifically in as close to half of the lineups as possible. So a lot of really cool stuff. You can see all the players who you have liked in my pool, but that ability to like players, which we're going to continue to improve and expand upon, and the enhanced lineup building logic that we have behind the scenes, I think is potentially one of the biggest upgrades that we've had at FantasyLabs. And I think, like I said, it really solidifies FantasyLabs as the one place that you need to go for daily fantasy sports tools and information.